Welcome to my Crazy Pilates Life. My name is Paola Karroum. We're going to be doing a reformer flow this morning. It's around 5:45 in the morning here in California, so let's begin. I like to start off with putting a fist between my feet, and I'm going to access hot spots of my feet. So I'm going to place my hands on each side of the big toe and small toe and one on the heel. And these are the three hot spots. And I'm going to begin with some lateral rib breathing. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Really press your weight into those three hot spots of the feet. Inhale. Expanding the rib cage, exhale. Pull the belly down. Arms by the side for some simple knee bends. Bending the knees, straightening the legs. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Releve up to those two hot spots. Releve and down. Coming up onto the toes and down. Pay attention to your ankles. Make sure that they don't roll. That you're really just putting your weight on those two hot spots of the feet. Good. And down. Let's do one roll down. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in and roll down. Leading with the crown of the head. Feel the weight of the arms at the end. The head is nice and heavy and long. Reverse the stir. Press those feet into those hot spots. Press the hips forward and stack up tall. Good. Let's move on to the reformer. I'm going to start a little bit in a non-traditional way. So I'm going to do kneeling, facing the back of my reformer. Your knees can be here. And I'm going to put my foot up. Let's do one knee. Good. So what I want to do is a little bit of cat-cow before we begin. So I'm going to exhale to round the body. Inhale to send the head and tail away. Again, round the body up into forward flexion. Uncurl the spine to send the head and tail away. Last one. And uncurl the spine. Perfect. I like to start off with my kneeling abdominals. So I'm going to go ahead and place my hands on the width of the reformer, and I'm going to bring my knees up to the shoulder block. Pay attention to your spine here, that it's in line with the rest of the body here. So the shoulders do not move. You're going to exhale and pull the belly in and drive the carriage towards your feet. Towards your hands. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pull the belly in, and let's go. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. For more of a challenge, let's extend one leg away. Keeping the hips squared off, extending the leg long. You can keep that foot bar there. That's just giving you some information. If you want, you can take it off. Actually, I do prefer to take that off. So, my apologies. So you can off the foot bar. Good. Coming back with your hands. Make sure your thumbs are over the foot reformer frame here. So extending one leg long, keeping the hips parallel. Now we're going to drive the carriage using one leg, more challenging. 2, 1. Good. Bring that leg down. Bring that other leg, free leg up, squaring off the hips, shoulders stay squared off, and your arms are pressing evenly into the reformer frame. And let's go. Good. Bringing that free leg down. Knee to child's pose, that's okay. Good. For those of you who are a little bit new and you want to try the oblique version on the blue, go ahead and drop your springs now. If not, we're going to go. I'm gonna bring my hand back a little bit and I'm gonna match my thumbs here. And I'm gonna be in this beautiful lateral position, right? My hips are squared off as much as possible, but as you can see, I'm in a lateral flexion. Good, we're gonna work those obliques. Inhale to prepare and exhale, drive the carriage up. Control it back down. 2, 1. Revert, switch sides. Bringing the other hand on the other side of the reformer. Bring the other hand to match it. Remember, thumbs are touching, hands are along the outside edge of the reformer. Good, inhale to prepare. Exhale, coming up. 2 more. Next one. Great. We're done with kneeling, abdominals facing back. Go ahead and child's pose it out. Good. I'm going to spin around here and I'm going to do some more kneeling abdominals, but this time I'm going to take it down to a yellow. This is much more difficult. So my hands are going to be on this platform. You're on a yellow, so it's really light here, guys. So again, I'm facing the foot bar now, and I'm going to begin with a very beginning exercise, but I do love the layering effect here. So here we go. So arms are staying still, shoulders are pressing down, head is in line with the spine. All you're going to do is you're going to send the carriage away by pressing the carriage away, and then pull the carriage back underneath you. Let's do that for flow. So I love all this abdominal work because we don't have to really practice that forward roundness that we traditionally do. So here's the layering effect. You're going to press the carriage away, press the arms away, drive the knees back under, and bring everything back under to start. So exhale, inhale, exhale, drive the knees underneath you, and then drive everything back to home. Let's do it again. If you want to make it harder, you can use no springs. Today I'm using the yellow. Last one. Great. Keeping on to that yellow, I'm going to face you now for some kneeling arm work. Kneeling arm work is done either on a yellow or a blue. So I'm going to keep it to a yellow, but don't go higher than a blue. So now we're going to be challenging the pelvis. We're going to keep that pelvis nice and stable as we move our arm. So we're going to begin with pull arm pull across. So I have a nice connection with my shoulders towards you. My hips, my abdominals are engaged before I begin with the arms. So inhale to prepare and exhale, pulling over. Coming back to that start position. Very simple, very effective for any throwing sports, for athletes, baseball players, racquetball players, any of those racket sports. We're going to add rotation. Cross the arm first, and then you're going to rotate away. One more on this variation. Good. Next variation. Elbows are bent to the side. You're going to drive that bar up. That strap up overhead. Or you can imagine you're shading the body, bringing it forward towards the screen. Either way works. So let's add that lateral flexion. We're going to press up and we're going to side bend. Coming back to start. Again, pressing up, side bend. Last one on this variation. Draw sword is our last one for today for kneeling arm work. This time I'm going to really bring my knees away from this shoulder block, and I'm gonna start already in a rotated position. For those of you who don't wanna do that, you wanna avoid rotation, just keep the hips square. In fact, let's just do it like this. We're gonna pull the strap up at a 45 and press the strap away from us, bend the elbow, and then return that arm down at that 45-degree angle. For those of you who wanna add that rotation, start off with the hips already rotated. So you're already starting in rotation, pull the abdominals in, you're gonna square off the hips, then you're gonna proceed with the exercise by straightening the arm away, bend that elbow, return the body back into that started rotation position. Last one. Good. Before we go towards the other side, let's do some more arm work here, kneeling, and then we'll do the other side next. So from here, this is the most advanced position I am. My glutes are away from my heels. For those of you that are looking for a little bit more assistance with the pelvis, keep it here. And you are gonna be on one red. So switch this down to a red, take off the yellow. Okay. I'm gonna pull up closer to more of the D rings. Okay. And we're gonna engage the abdominals first before pulling the arms. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're gonna press the arms back behind you and then return back to start. Let's add the chest press. So pressing back, hold. Look towards the screen, back to center, looking the other way, back to center and return. Again. For this one, you don't want the shoulders to be rounded. Chest is open, hold. Good. Think of Joe here, embody Joe. Let's do it one more time. Good. Now we'll switch sides to the other side. So, sorry for facing my back towards you, but I'm gonna drop it down to a yellow, take off the red, kneeling back up tall for some arm work on this side. So though you're on the yellow, it's very light here. So abdominals are engaged, the elbows are bent to the side, and here we go for pull across. For 1, 2, 3. We're gonna add that rotation, training the rotation with the pull arm across. Lengthen that arm away. Keep that arm in the same level, so don't drop it. Shoulders are backing down. Now for shaping the body. Elbow is bent to the side and you want to drive that arm up in front of you as if you were shading the side of your body. Or you can bend the elbow and just press that arm up overhead. This time I'm going to add that lateral flexion. I'm going to press that arm up overhead and I'm going to side bend. One more here. Good. Now we're going to go into our last variation, which is sword. So this time I'm going to start off with that rotated position. So I'm already in rotation. I'm going to square off my hips and then I'm going to extend the arm away, bend that elbow, drive that arm down to that 45-degree angle, and begin again. Your gaze can follow the hand that has the strap in it. One more here. Good. Return that strap down. Good. Bringing the footwork back into that medium position. Springs in here. So I'm locking my foot bar into that medium position.
And I'm gonna begin with footwork. So I'm gonna have a kneeling knee stretch. Red and a blue, hand to hand, feet against the shoulder rest, glutes start close to the heels. So pay attention to your feet here. I want the toe joint on the carriage. Heels are actively pressing against the shoulder rest here. You're gonna inhale to prepare. Exhale, drive the carriage away by pressing those feet into the shoulder rest and press away and come back in. So we're gonna practice a flat back knee version today. Pay attention to the pelvis. Make sure that when you press out, you're not gonna press the hips forward. I want the pelvis strong in space. So we're practicing flexion at the hip, extension of the hip. Shoulders are back and down. Two more. Good. This time we're going to round. We're going to practice knee strength in a rounded forward flexion position. So this time my tailbone is tucked. My upper body is rounded, and I'm going to keep this rounded position as I work against myself here. So I'm going to press back and come back in. More difficult here because you are working against your tuck. So shoulders down, belly's pulled in. 3 more. 2. Last one. Good. Coming up for some standing work here. We're going to begin with a simple elephant. So this is a beginner move. The glutes are over my heels. The weight of my body is on the heels and my toes are lifting up. Pay attention to your head, that it's not hanging here, that it is in line with the spine. Here we go. Press the carriage away. Pull the belly in to bring the carriage back in. So nothing moves except the lower half of the body. You're engaging those deep abdominals to bring that carriage back in. Let's do some walking. Walking elephant. Relevate up, press that carriage away, drive the carriage back in and bring that heel down. Other side. So you should feel a big stretch along the back of the body. We're doing this for dynamic flexibility. Some abdominals, knee. And one more. Good. Coming back in. Good. Bring those knees down. Let's get our long box now for some prone work. I'm going to go back into my arms. So before I do so, bring the foot bar down. Lie the long box onto the carriage. I want to be on a red here. Pay attention to how I'm going to lie down. I'm going to bring my hands on the reformer frame and I'm going to come on to the long box. So pay attention. Make sure that you're even. So that you're not more on one side of the box or the other. So I'm in a prone position here. I'm going to bring my straps out of this. I'm going to choke up for me. If this is too much for you for your shoulders, you can start a little bit down here. What I'm looking for is that, can you keep your abdominals engaged? Can you keep your legs engaged as the arms work? Okay? Shoulder back and down, head is in line with the spine. Here we go. So the legs are engaged, the abdominals are lifted up from the box, the head is in line with the spine. Strong wrists, pulling up towards the hips and back down. Next variation, we're gonna bring the arms long around the hips, and then we're gonna bend the elbows towards the side of the waist, and then we're gonna press back for triceps. 2, 1. Holding it long. Practicing the extension now. I love this variation. I'm going to do it too much. So here we go. We're in a flat variation here. So I'm in a neutral spine. But as I pull the straps in the carriage move, I'm going to come into a slight extension. Okay? Inhale to prepare. Pulling in. I'm coming up into a slight extension, looking away, and then returning back down to that flat neutral spine. Two more. So I'm working the back extensors, the glutes, the hamstrings, the arms. Good. What I'm going to do is see if the red is too much for you. So drop it down to a blue, but I'm going to go ahead and work on my pull-ups from here. I'm going to walk my hands up to the back of the reformer. My arms are long, my legs are engaged. And here we go. I'm going to pull in by bending my elbows, driving the body over the reformer frame. Two more. Next one. Let's do a different variation. Now we're going to bend our elbows towards the sides of the room, okay? Working the pectoralis major. Shoulders back and down. Everything is engaged. Two more. Good. Next one. Release down, release, and walk your hands back down. Come up for a child's pose to release the back. Careful that the carriage doesn't slip from underneath you. Careful coming off of the box. Before we turn the box around, I'm just going to bring my foot bar back up into a medium height. Lock it in place. I'm still on that beautiful red. I'm just going to do a little bit more extension work, which I love. Swan on the long box. So again, hand on the non-moving part. Swing my legs around. Half of the chest is off of the box. The legs are engaged. The belly is pulled up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press the carriage away. Hold. Inhale, slide the shoulder blades down. Press the hands onto the coat bar and drive up into extension. Exhale to come down with control. Inhale, bend the elbows to come back in. Again. Two more. Last one. Relax. I'm just going to come off of the box. I'm going to turn it around for some short box. So my box is in short position. Foot bar is down. All the springs are hooked onto the carriage. The carriage is locked. And the safety strap is coming up. And for those of you who don't have an active motion bar, I would recommend getting one. The Balance Body store doesn't have any more, but if you go on their website, you'll be able to find either 3-pound bar or 4-pound bar. But anyhow, listen to this. There's ball bearings in here, so it gives you a lot of feedback as to where you are in space. So let's practice some sitting work, right? We haven't done any sitting. We did supine, we did kneeling, we did prone. Let's work on some sitting. Oh, and we did some standing. So, pay attention to how you sit. I want you sitting right above the sit bones. So no slouching back, sitting up tall. Before we begin, just bring the bar down here. Let's practice some, let's get into this move. So my feet are underneath this safety strap. They are pressing away, like out and away from the strap. This allows the hips to be a little bit more open here. Arms can be out in front of you, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hinge forward. Stack up tall. Let's do 2 more. Good. Now I'm gonna get my active motion bar. Here we go, guys. We're gonna do 3 round, 3 flat, 3 around the world. Let's go. Arms in front. Make sure that the bar is right in front of the sternum. So not here, I want it right here. Inhale, sitting tall and lifted, pull the belly in. Exhale, engage the sit bones, pull the belly in, and start rounding back. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly in and lead with the abdominal, rounding back. All the way up over the sit bones. As soon as you're over the sit bones, you're gonna come up even taller. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pull the belly in and round back more. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly in, keep that C-shaped curve. Last one for the rounded version. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly in. Come back even a little farther this time if you can. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly in. Let's try flat. This time we're not going around. We're keeping a flat, neutral spine. Inhale, feeling tall and lifted. Exhale, I want you to hinge back with a flat back. No spinal extension here. Inhale, exhale, pull everything back in. Inhale, exhale, hinge. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Round. Let's do the twist. Inhale, feeling tall and lifted. Exhale, pull back and round back halfway. Hold. The rotation is going to come from the rib cage, not the arms. So inhale and rotate. Come back to center. Rotate towards the opposite way. Come back to center. Let's do it one more time. Keep that bar leveled. The ball bearings will tell you if you're dripping or not. Actually, I said 3, right? Let's do it again. One more. So good for our abdominals, especially working in that rotation. Come back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the belly in and allow the abdominals to roll you back up, sitting even taller this time. Inhale and exhale. Woo. Good. Let's cool the body down. Let's get into some, let's do some lunges. Sounds good. So I'm gonna bring my active motion bar away. My long box is put away. I'm gonna bring my reformer up to, my foot bar up to like, I wanna do the high. I wanna go up high. I'm on the highest setting for my foot bar. I'm gonna be on 1 rep. Good. My reformer is an 18-inch, so I use a yoga block in the front of my carriage to just help my hips stay square in space. So my foot is going onto that little yoga block I mentioned. See how my leg is more towards the front of the reformer? You can even come up a little bit higher up, just like that. This back knee is down, and I'm in that runner's position with my feet here. Good. Hands are on the reformer. Pay attention to your arms here. So I don't want to sink into my shoulders. I want my shoulders down and wide here. So hands are actively pressing into the foot bar. You're on 1 rep. And inhale to prepare. Squaring off the hips. Exhale to press the carriage away and the front knee bends. Arms are straight, chest is open. And then you're going to come back in. Let's try it again. So I love this lunges because it stretches out all the abdominal work that we just did in a short period of time. Last one, I'm going to release the inside hand. I'm going to coordinate that as I press the carriage away, and I'm going to hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and return. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Coming off. I'm gonna bring my yoga down with me. Place it now in the other side, more towards the front of the reformer. Good. Hands are on the foot bar, front leg on that block, and the back leg knee is down, and I have my foot in that beautiful runner's position. All right, all the same principles apply here. Upper body, abdominals, dynamic flexibility. Let's go. Press the carriage away and bend that front knee. Press those arms into the foot bar to open that chest. Again. One more here. So this is stretching out the abdominals, the psoas, all of this right here. It's wonderful. We're gonna release the inside hand as we press the carriage away, coordinating that, all that movement. Ready? Go. It's a bigger stretch. I'm gonna press out one more time. I'm gonna hold for that 5. Ready? Pressing back. Hold at my deepest stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and coming back in. Good. Let's do one more of my favorite reformer exercises called the Cleopatra. We practice mermaid a lot, which is great, but what about Cleopatra? It's another nice way of ending a reformer workout. So I'm gonna place this on the knee bar. I'm still in that beautiful red. Here's the deal. So I am sitting on my carriage. My feet are gonna be stacked on top of each other, and my feet are gonna be pressing up against this back shoulder rest. So the feet are stacked, and there's like a really nice connection with my feet pressing up against this block here. My arm is going to be on the front of the foot bar, and my hand, this free hand, is going to be in the front of the carriage. I want to pay attention to this shoulder here, and this hand is also working here as well. So this is the start position. So you're starting off, and this is way too high. You see how my shoulder wants to creep up? The cream is down below. Sorry. That's okay. Better. See? Boom. So my gaze is gonna start off here. I'm looking at my feet. My arm is long. My hand, this hand, is going to pull up onto the reformer carriage. That's gonna activate this upper body here. So here we go. I'm gonna press the carriage away, and I'm gonna trace my gaze towards the ceiling. So that's a lot of work for this side of the body here. Now I'm gonna bring the carriage back in, and I'm gonna return my gaze towards my feet. And my hand on the carriage is really helping me bring that. This hand here is really helping me bring that carriage in. Okay? Press the carriage away. One more. Good. Let's switch sides. Sorry that my back is towards you, but at least you can see a little bit different. So my back feet are stacked. My toes are actively pressing against the shoulder block. My hand is going to be placed in the front of the shoulder. The arm is long, the shoulder blade is back and down. The free hand here is in front of me, holding on to the edge of the carriage. My gaze will start off at my feet. The carriage is pulled in. This is your start and stop. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press the carriage away, tracing the gaze towards the ceiling. Inhale, and exhale, pull everything back home. Inhale here. Exhale, pressing away. Coming back in. Keep this, shoulder blades are down the back. Pull that hand up into that carriage as you come back in. It's gonna help you get deeper into that movement here. One more here, pressing away, and coming all the way back in. Good. I'm gonna spin around. Lock my carriage so that nobody falls. I'm gonna stand up again, and I'm gonna just do another roll down just to complete the series. Inhale. This time my heels are together, toes apart. Pulling the belly in. Inhale. Reaching long with those hands. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone in, roll down. Keeping everything over those toes. Rolling down. Stir the arms at the bottom as if you were stirring a big pot of soup with those arms. Reverse the stir. Ragdoll the head, saying yes and no. Pull the belly in, press the hips forward, coming up tall, coming up overhead. Inhale and exhale. This is roll the shoulder blades out. Reverse. And thank you for joining my workout. I'm trying to keep it really short here because I know you guys are busy. But if you like Pilates and you want to do some more Pilates with me, I have a full studio. Just put it in the comments. Hey, I want to do chair. I want to do trap. How do you do this exercise? Whatever you want, I'm here for you. Again, my name is Paola Palacios, or Karroum now. I'm with My Crazy Pilates Life, and see you again. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.